Lagi mong sinisiguradong patas. Lagi mong inuuna kung anong dapat. Hindi mo kayang malunok ang katotohanang marami pa rin tayong kababayang gutom at walang tahanan. Kaya hindi ka tumigil sa paglaban. Harapin ang kahirapan. Tulungan ang nangangailangan. Basagin ang korupsyon na kanilang nakasanayan. Sa loob at labas, man ng Pinas, bakas na bakas ang iyong tapang puksain ang mga problema ng bansa. Gamit ang lakas, gamit ang isip, gamit ang puso. Kung para sa mamamayang Pilipino, si MP, wala yang sinisino. Manny Pacquiao.
Valoria goes left. Valoria flips it up and in! Sir Orlan Mamar, but Mamar gets the step and the finish. Hail Mary. June Manzo will fire. Oh my goodness! June Manzo all the way from Serrano, Bebuelo, Serrano with the basket. Fuentes, no hesitation, gets it to go. No! Obisto, yeah! Jason Obisto with the putback!
We continue our coverage of the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League in the beautiful town of Pola Oriental, Mindoro. And we're back after having a stint here last season. At nandito pa rin po tayo sa Pola Gymnasium for our second game of our Saturday triple header. And for the Davao Occidental Tigers, they're fresh off that win against the Parañaque Patriots. Pero masusubukan sila dito ni JC Marcelino and the rest of the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguard, still undefeated in the North Division. At nagahari sila dyan, but Val Chauca and the rest of the Davao Occidental Tigers having their way so far dito sa ating brand new season ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Davao Occidental versus Nueva Ecija dito sa Pola Gymnasium. Magandang gabi mga kaliga. Ken Pangilinan with Javi Palanya, and at courtside we have Miss Sydney Crespo. Javi, itong Davao, no, maganda yung pagkapanalo nila against Parañaque, pero mas masusubukan sila ngayon laban sa Nueva Ecija.
Tama ka dyan. Two former national champions playing here for the second game of our Saturday triple header. This is sure to be an exciting game.
Season 3 and Season 4 champions ang ating matutunghayan. Of course, you can watch us live on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel, and we're also live on Solar Sports. Eh, matutunghayan niyo po kami dyan every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays starting at 6 p.m. Ngayon, tungo na tayo sa Davao Occidental, Javi. This was a game where they were practically behind in the first 3 quarters, Javi. Naghahabol sila dito, but pagdating ng 4th quarter, they slowly chipped away at the lead, and they were able to steal this one rather against the Parañaque Patriots.
They were able to force Parañaque to shoot only 24.2% in that game, and it was only a matter of time actually before Davao Occidental took over in the 4th quarter and eventually got the victory. They outscored ito Parañaque Patriots 22-15 in the payoff period. You look at the numbers here, ang layo ng percentage ng parehong koponan. 42.6% para sa Davao and 24.2% para sa Parañaque. Ang naging mahirap lang na in-overcome ng Davao Occidental sa game na yun was the number of fouls that they gave and the number of free throws that Parañaque took in that game. Kaya naman hindi nawala sa kalambangan ng Parañaque for the most part of that match. And the big reason why Davao was able to win that ball game was behind Val Chauca.
Val Chauca showed that he can still pile up the points para dito sa Davao Occidental Tigers, Javi. He had 11 points in the first half, a total of 16 points, but 5 of them came in that crucial 4th quarter run.
Yeah, he was instrumental in that run that eventually helped give them the victory here. 16 points, 3 out of 6 from three-point country. Those 3-point shots were very crucial each time that Parañaque was threatening to blow the game wide open. 3-point shots by Val Chauca and other players really helped them get back into the game and keep their heads above water, eventually getting the victory para sa kanilang koponan in their season opener.
Kakailangan ulit ang kanyang output dito, Javi. They will take on the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards, still undefeated here in the North Division, and they still continue to be dominant. No different in their win against Val City.
Dominant is the very right word para sa Nueva Ecija right now. such an impressive performance for them to start the season, but it is no surprise, Ken, with the amount of talent that they have on the roster. Robbie Celis is still there, Byron Villarias is still there, Billy Ray Robles is still there, but of course the Marcelino twins have been very crucial para sa kanila in helping them get this unbeaten record to start the season. 51.5% from the field, very efficient from the field, but the turnovers, this is something that they have to minimize, especially against a Davao team that likes to run.
Binanggit mo na nga yung Marcelino twins. JC, in fact, solid numbers in limited minutes. 12 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals. The former most valuable player of the league, JC Marcelino, now bringing his talents with the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards.
Ngayon, marami na siyang tulong or surrounding him in this team. So he doesn't really have to shoulder the scoring load as much as he did when he was with Zamboanga. But ito si JC, he's a very capable playmaker. So the challenge now for him is how he can uplift his other teammates. But so far, he's been stepping up to the plate and accepting that challenge very well.
It's Davao Occidental versus Nueva Ecija. Let's turn you over to Richard Tampos for the starters.
Good evening and welcome to the second match here at Paula Gymnasium. It's the battle of the champions between Davao Occidental and Nueva Ecija. Live on Solar Sports, the 2025 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 7. Here are the starters, beginning with the Season 3 champion, Davao Occidental Tigers, Coco Live. Playing center number 6, Wawi Escosio. Guard number 29, Jeff Comia. At forward number 23, TH Tumalip. The other forward number 15, Keith Agubida. And at point guard number 7, Valandre Chauca. The head coach is Arvin Bonleon. His assistants are Ronald Magtulis, James Bartolome, Pancho Alfonso, Noy Bonleon, and Amboy Agonoy. Now for the Season 4 champion, Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Playing center number 1, Jamer Hamito. At forward number 8, Robbie Celis. The other forward number 51, Big Bang Toto, Byron Villarias. And from the guard line, the Marcelino twins, JB and JC. The Rice Vanguards is led by Don Dulay. Assistant coaches, Rob Wainwright, Matt Magalindal, Arnold Oliveros, Jonathan Oiloan, and Rick Season. Assistant team manager, Jimmy Cadisen.
Check out the starting 5 brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. And for Davao Occidental, the backcourt of Val Chauca, Jeff Comia at center, Wawi Escosio at the forward spots, TH Tumalip and Keith Agubida. Para naman sa Nueva Ecija, the guard line of the Marcelino twins, JV and JC. Up front, Jamer Hamito, Rob Celis, and Byron Villarias. So no Will Macaloni in the starting lineup para dito sa Nueva Ecija. While for Davao Occidental, Jeff Comia and Val Chauca, after coming off the bench in their first game, getting the start here for Coach Arvin Bonleon.
And Nueva Ecija almost with the same starting unit. Kaibahan nga lang dyan, wala si Will Macaloni dito. But this is very usual para sa kanila, Marcelino twins, the Villarias. Byron coming off on the starting shooting guard position. And of course, Robbie Celis. Para naman sa Davao, Val Chauca, because of that stellar performance in their last game, is now starting para sa Davao Occidental Tigers instead of coming off the bench.
Agad nagpakawala ng dress si Byron Villarias for Nueva Ecija. Val Chauca will be a marked man, as Byron doing it on both sides, getting a steal. Villarias, same spot. That one pops out. Rebound by Wawi Escosio.
Escosio has really trimmed down this year. He's in much better shape right now. And we were noticing it in that game against Parañaque, how he was very much mobile, and he was also very involved in getting a lot of the loose balls.
And if my memory serves me right, Javi, siya yung nakakuha ng crucial offensive rebound, no? Late in the fourth quarter. And
Correct, yes.
yes, di ba? Against sa Paranaque. That was held in the new home court of the Rizal Centro Mall Golden Coolers in Montalban, Rizal. Robbie Celis. Villarias continues to fire, but that one way off the mark.
He's not gonna see a shot that he doesn't like.
Oh yeah.
It's always gonna be a good shot para kay Byron Villarias, but that time well challenged by the defense of Davao.
Nueva Ecija is the #1 team in terms of scoring, 94.4 points per contest. So how will the defense of Davao hold here? PH Tumalip for 3. That one pops in.
That's a good read on that offensive set para sa Davao Occidental. Tumalip was getting well within the flow of the offense, but he saw that the defense went under the screen and he made them pay.
Villarias sends it to JC Marcelino. Too strong on that free. So 4 attempts from beyond the arc galing dito sa Nueva Ecija. That time around, turnaround jumper galing kay Robbie Celis.
Escocio has to do a better job. He's got to feel the bodies around him. That time Robbie Celis getting the offensive rebound over him.
Former teammates Keith Agovida and Robbie Celis. Agovida missing on that free.
Actually, Celis, Robles, and John Wilson all playing against their former squad.
Yeah. Villarias again. 2 out of 4 from deep for Byron.
Perhaps the best shooter this league has ever seen, arguably Byron Villarias.
Val Chauca against JV. PH Tumalip. Bola napunta kay Jeff Comia. Nilabas kay Keith Agovida just inside the arc. Bola natapik palabas ni Jammer Hamito. It will stay with Davao Occidental. Check out our 3-point shot. Brought to you by Extreme, one-stop shop appliances. What's been the most impressive thing for Nueva Ecija so far this season for you, Javi?
It's the way they continue to share that basketball while winning all these games. They've been so dominant, but also it's because of their defense. Yan talaga ang isa sa mga malaking bagay kung bakit nananalo ng ganitong paraan ang Nueva Ecija this season. Coach Don Dulay knows the formula to win here in the MPBL, and he knows that it starts on the defensive end.
To your point, Javi, #1 also in terms of assists per ball game, 29.8. Coach Arvin Bonleon has his hands full trying to dissect on working the offense nga, no, ng Nueva Ecija, as we would like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. 2 out of 2 from the stripe for Wawi Escocio. 3 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Ball stolen away by the Tigers. Comia recovers, gets it to Val Chauca. Quick trigger, yes!
Impressive effort on the save by Jeff Comia. He chased down a pass that was too strong, but also a good trail job by Val Chauca and getting that pass, knocking down the shot.
Look at this offense by Nueva Ecija, just free-flowing. Merong counters to every...
Very fluid, no? And you like how you're seeing the accountability from each one. But here, Davao doing a good job of salvaging this play. Comia able to save it to his backcourt partner in Val Chauca, who knocks down that three-pointer from the left flank.
But what about the persistence naman, no, ng Davao Occidental in their game against Paranaque? Practically behind almost the entire game. It took that effort in the fourth quarter as a double foul will be whistled against Jammer Amito and Wawi Escocio.
This is going to be a very intense heavyweight matchup at the 5 spot between Escocio and Amito. Good job by Robbie Celis for pushing Jammer Hamito out of imminent danger bago pa may mangyaring masama. And Coach Arvin Bonleon trying to take care of his starting big man by sitting him down first and inserting Peralta into the game for the first time.
Jeff Comia gets it to Val Chauca. JV, tasked to guard him. Peralta, bagong pasok, binigay kay Keith Agovida, laban kay Robbie Celis. Goes right at him, Keith Agovida, strong move to the basket.
Showing his former teammates that he still has it. Keith Agovida, one of the smartest players that we have here in the MPBL and possibly one of the most clever as well.
Celis slides in, nakabigwit ng foul.
Well, if Keith Agovida is a smart and crafty scorer, same rin naman ito si Robbie Celis. This is gonna be a nice matchup.
Kickster, great move, the game born for greatness. Again, baka nakakalimutan nyo lang, parehong kampyon itong dalawang kupunan na ito. Nueva Ecija back in Season 4. Davao Occidental won the championship in the 3rd season.
But this guy wore different threads when he was a champion, and those threads belong to the team that he's facing in tonight. And he, along with Billy Ray Robles and John Wilson, used to don that Tigers jersey a few years back.
Tabla tayo, 10-all. Under 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. PH Tumalip. Tightly guarded by Byron Villarias. Agovida again. Susugurin yung depensa ni Robbie Celis. Goes up, gets it in.
Celis really gave him the space. He baited him into going inside with that drive. But he was well covered. Kaya lang si Agovida had the presence of mind to spin away to go for the shot.
Peralta, that ball poked loose. And it went off his hands. Turnover against the Davao Occidental Tigers.
This is for sure going to be a high-quality game. Both teams put a heavy emphasis on the defensive end. So I expect this to be a low-scoring affair.
5 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. JC, hoist up a 3. No. Robbie Celis, wala pa din. Nakuha ni Agovida yung rebound. Quick outlet to Jeff Comia, but stolen away by JC Marcelino. Villarias loves that spot, but misses again. And that pass too hot to handle for Jammer Hamito.
And missed the three-point shot that was wide open. Again, for Davao, you have to be very wary of where Byron Villarias is at all times, especially in transition. He loves those transition threes.
Balasan ng tao dito si Coach Arvin. Harold Arboleda comes in, and Justin Alano, 2 former perpetual Altas players. Sa panig naman ng Nueva Ecija, Ryan Costello will replace Byron Villarias. John Wilson also in. Davao ahead here, 12-10.
I think there's a violation of the uniform protocol here.
Posibleng ma-warningan itong Davao, Ade, technical na diretso.
Kailangan kasi same color yung undergarment mo eh.
So free throw will be given to the lone guy who has scored more than 2,000 points in MPBL history, John Wilson.
The all-time leading scorer ng ating liga.
And he has torched this Davao Occidental squad before and also endured some heartbreaks. Coach Don Dulay in his 2nd season with the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards.
Also the former coach
Yep.
of this Davao franchise. He was at the helm when they won that championship.
Harold Arboleda laban kay John Wilson. Chauca still in. This is way beyond the arc. That one clanks off the rim. Jeff Comia had to maneuver. Ramito comes up with it. Napunta kay JC Marcelino. Jammer fakes the handoff, going right at Peralta. Turnaround jumper, pure.
Not really a shot I'm used to seeing him take, but Jammer Hamito, impressive on that take.
Bumalik ang bola kay Val after the miss from 3. Costello gets the steal. JC.
That's a good hard foul.
Jeff Comia.
That's really the type of physicality that you have to dish out on a guy as dangerous as JC Marcelino. Just enough to really try and inject some fear in him getting into the basket, but also not to hurt. There's a silver lining between dishing out a hard foul and having that intention to hurt a player.
Raymart Escobedo and Joseph Terso come in. Raymart Escobedo coming from the San Sebastian Golden Stags program. Very underrated player, no? For
Yes.
Coach Arvin Bonleon.
And he was responsible for that surge ng Davao in the second half. He came in off the bench and just really balled out. He impressed everybody there at the Inares Center too.
Noel
In a good debut professionally para sa kanya.
Yeah. Si Noel Bonleon nasa loob na rin. Para dito sa Davao. Escobedo takes that outside shot. Left it short. Running start for JC. Marcelino goes right at Escobedo. And will shoot to the line again for 2 free throws.
Ibang klase rin talaga tong athleticism ni JC Marcelino. He's not the tallest player. He doesn't really have the longest limbs. But his ability to cover a lot of space in such a short period of time continues to amaze me.
And also, just a beast on both sides of the floor. Ito si JC Marcelino, who cashes in on the first free throw.
Yung takbo niya na yun, di naman sobrang bilis. Pero grabe yung mga hakbang niya.
So one of the lead assist guys in our league, 6.6 assists per contest. This is a 6-0 run for the Rice Vanguards. Jesper Ayaay troops in for Nueva Ecija. How will Davao Occidental respond? Alano sends it to Escobedo. Arboleda tatanggap laban kay John Wilson. Terso sa bandang kaliwa. Gets the pass from Justin Alano. Joseph Terso. Great take to the basket. Justin Alano tried to clean up the miss. But to no avail. Forward pass. Billy Ray Robles challenging the defense and scores despite the contact.
There's a reason why we call him the Ilonggo Superman. Billy Ray Robles in traffic through the contact, still finishing on the break.
18-12. Bonleon, turnaround jumper. Wala pa din. Bagsak si Billy Ray Robles. At may foul na itatawag laban kay Justin Alano.
And that's not a good foul because they're already over the limit. So 2 free throws will be given here.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Pop, personal karaoke speaker, everyday karaoke.
There you see Billy Ray Robles, so deadly in the open court. As we now welcome to the venue, Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz, ang butihing mayora ng Pola. Thank you for having us here in your beautiful town, Madam.
Yep, your second time here, Javi. You
Yes,
were here
oo.
last season.
Medyo naging suki na ako dito sa Mindoro eh.
Nung isang laro din nila sa Kalapan, nandito ka din.
Totoo yan. Always a good time to see this part of the country, especially with the enthusiasm ng mga taga rito sa basketball.
We have a timeout on the floor. Nueva Ecija in the midst of a 9-0 run. They lead by 7, 19-12 with 2 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in quarter number 1.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100% paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo. 50 si MD. Kahati mo, si Manny.
Welcome back to the MPBL. Coach Don Dulay expressed his respect for his former assistant coach, Coach Arvin Bonleon, from seasons 1 and 2. He described Coach Arvin as a great coach but an even better friend. He said, Coach Arvin knows how competitive I am and he respects that, referring to the exciting matchup tonight. Now, as they face their former team, Coach Don wants to see his players having the same amount of energy on defense. Maganda na raw ang kanilang opensa, especially with sharing the ball. Coach Don admitted he had no idea who was on the final roster of the Davao Occidental Tigers until he reviewed their first game in preparation for this match, but he said they have that Davao fight in them. Ken Javi?
Maraming salamat, Sid. That's a great piece of information from Sid as a referee and Noel Bonleon crashing to our side here. Oo nga, no? Because last season, it was Coach Manu Inigo who was at the helm. Although, naging part din si Coach Manu ng coaching staff ni Coach Don for a time. Pero mas matagal yung pinagsamahan nila nito ni Coach Arvin Bonleon.
Correct ka dyan. Coach Arvin last year was the team manager of Davao. At right now, stepping back into coaching. At talagang, it's always nice to see two former coaches na magkasama sa isang team go up against each other. Coaching different squads. Ito si Coach Don Dulay, now with Nueva Ecija. And nice to see that Coach Arvin Bonleon is having himself a nice start to the season.
Finally, the Davao Occidental Tigers break their dry spell. Cuts this lead down to 5. Robles, one-on-one against Bonleon. Kick out pass to Ryan Costello, who leaves his defender in the dust and gets fouled on his way up.
So the Bigs, Davao having a hard time trying to rotate because of the dynamic movement of Nueva Ecija outside the three-point area. Guys like Costello, Ayaay, and Robles have been getting a lot of drive and draw action dito sa kanilang ofensiba.
Costello, in his second consecutive season with the Rice Vanguards, had his best year back in Season 4 with Pasig.
He was the star player of that team, leading scorer.
Coach Don Dulay, sabi nga niya, no, putting a premium on the defensive end. Dahil gaya nga nasabi ni Sid, no, they've been, masaya naman siya, no, sa execution nila on offense. But he knows down the road, it's the defense that will really count, especially when they get into the playoffs. Joseph Terso, nagtitimon para dito sa Davao. Arboleda, laban kay Jesper Ayaay. Terso, whips it to Bonleon. Extra feed, inside, foul underneath against Nueva Ecija.
A good recognition by Davao on the switch right there by Nueva Ecija. Costello switched on to Justin Alano, and the Tigers right away recognizing the mismatch right there, giving it to their big man underneath for a possible opportunity to score under the basket.
But not in the act, and Nueva Ecija still not over the limit. So, baseline inbound tayo dito. Arboleda swings it to Raymart Escobedo. Now posting up Ryan Costello. 3 seconds on their shot clock. And a 3-second violation against Davao.
Alano took too long there to try and decide what to do.
A minute and 10 remaining here in the first quarter. Nueva Ecija still ahead by 5. Action has slowed down a bit here in the last couple of minutes. Billy Robles able to escape but could not finish. Davao's chance to counter. Terso, quick free. Yes, sir!
I'm sure Terso also relishes this opportunity to play against his former teammates. Isa talaga ang naging punong point guard nung time na yun na nag-champion sila.
Ayaay tries to answer off the heel. Battle for the rebound. And it will go against Nueva Ecija. First foul against Christian Manaytay.
I love the competitiveness being shown here by both squads. No, both teams refusing to give an inch. There you see Terzo with that line drive of a three-point shot from the right wing.
23 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. Davao, chance to tie or take the lead. Joseph Terzo gets fouled by Jesper Ayaay.
That's Nueva Ecia's last foul to give. Oh no, penalty na dito ang Nueva Ecija.
So free throws for the former NU Bulldog, Joseph Terzo. We have a special deal from 1xBet. You can scan the QR code and claim your special offer. All net on the first free throw for Terzo. Coach Ronald Magtulis.
My former assistant coach.
Oh, kantsawan mo lang kanina eh. Terzo mintis yung pangalawa.
It's a very nice experience to have played under Coach Ronald Magtulis. Ang galing magturo niyan.
Also was a great player
Oh.
back in the day. One of the stretch bigs. As that heave from beyond half court is no good. First quarter comes to an end. Nueva Ecija made their run. 9 straight points. They led by as many as 7 but nakabalik din dito Davao Occidental.
Nueva Ecija started out strong because of this three-point shot by Byron Villarias. Keith Agovida led the way in scoring para sa Davao in that first quarter. Those couple of baskets against Robbie Celis really helped them avoid going down deeply in this game. But the second unit of Nueva Ecija helping them sustain this lead. That's why they're up by 1 point still.
19-18, Nueva Ecija ahead. We head to second quarter.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100% paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Second quarter about to start between Davao Occidental and Nueva Ecija, and we have a close one. As we see here, Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz in attendance. At syempre yung Mindoro Tamaraws, matutunghayan natin mamaya. They will defend their home turf going up against the Parañaque Patriots.
Magandang laban din yan. Both teams are coming off losses.
Escobedo, shot clock winding down. Jacks up a three, off the mark. And ball will go to Nueva Ecija.
Again, you see there the defensive pressure by Nueva Ecija making it hard for the Davao Occidental Tigers to get a shot that's really a quality look. They're forced to go down late into their shot clock, which in turn makes the shot lower in terms of quality.
5 on the floor for the Rice Vanguards. Christian Manaytay, Ryan Costello, Jesper Ayaay, John Wilson, and Billy Ray Robles. So a small unit for Coach Don Dulay here with only 4 seconds on their shot clock.
But Davao also telling us here that if Nueva Ecija can play excellent pressure defense, kaya rin namin yun. Lalo't lalo na nandyan nga si Coach Onak Magtulis, talagang ang galing magturo niyan sa depensa.
Costello, time winding down. Wilson has to put one up. Matulis pero nakuha ni Jesper Ayaay. Gets hammered on his way up.
Just a little clip on the wrist by Bonleon as Ayaay was coming down. Almost good defense until the very last moment para sa Tigers.
Gin Abrigo making his first appearance for the Tigers.
This season,
Yeah.
did not play in their first game. He wasn't suited up. At, it's nice to have the opportunity to see Gian Abrigo here in the MPBL.
The former 3x3 star to si Gian Abrigo at the line. Jesper Ayaay, this free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. 2018, Nueva Ecija.
You can really see a lot of former 3x3 stars thrive here dito sa ating liga.
And this, yung pangalawang free throw ni Jesper Ayaay. Gets it back for the Rice Vanguards. The cut and the lefty finish.
Ito ang, sorry Ken, ito ang di pwedeng hayaan ng Davao, itong multiple possessions ng Nueva Ecija, because if they keep allowing these offensive rebounds, then it will allow Nueva Ecija more opportunities to score. But this is a nice answer para dito sa Davao. Harold Arboleda is a matchup nightmare.
We saw him here break down the defense. The more versatile wings that we have, ito si Harold Arboleda.
Tama ka dyan.
More 5-point forward din to, si Harold.
Yes, he's fast enough to blow by defenders but also strong enough to finish through traffic.
Let's check in with Miss Sydney Crespo.
Ken Javi, alam nyo ba na meron palang winning streak itong si Coach Arvin Bonleon? Biro niya sa kanyang players, never pa akong natalo sa first game in 24 years of coaching. At sa pagbabalik ng Davao this season, buti na lang daw hindi pinutol ng Tigers ang streak na ito. He said it was their aggressiveness on the defensive end that helped them escape CBC and the Patriots. Pero ngayon, he needs more than aggressiveness. He wants to see the Tigers share the ball, more scoring from other players, hindi lang sa main guys, and composure versus a very versatile Nueva Ecija. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Sydney. You know, I remember, maganda simula rin nila in the NCAA when he was coaching the San Sebastian Golden Stags.
Tama. That's a very impressive streak, 24 years of not losing your first game of the season. Mahirap yun.
Saka nakakatuwa, siya mismo alam niya.
Oo nga.
Di ba?
He keeps track of it.
Oo. Pero ano yan motivation din yan for his players
Tama. It just shows the continued passion and his competitive spirit continues to live on despite him coaching all these years. Hindi nawawala yun sa kanya. It keeps him on his toes.
Gian Abrigo way off on that three. Not really strong suit.
Yeah, more of a slasher ito si Gian Abrigo. Readily apologizing to the bench. He knew it wasn't a good shot.
Balik sa loob si TH Tumalip. Dikit pa rin tayo 22-20. JC going against Wawi Escocio off that pass. There's a foul called against Wawi.
These are the things that Wawi will continue to learn how to do, especially being given a lot more responsibility right now in trying to bump off and be physical with the opposing guards of the other teams when he's put in those kinds of situations.
Manaytay, susugurin yung depensa ni Abrigo. Goes up strong. That's a big boy move from Christian Manaytay.
Even if he's the rookie here in the league, Christian Manaytay has shown us that he can hang with the big boys.
4-point lead for Nueva Ecija. A steal by Christian Manaytay. 2-on-1 fast break opportunity. Last second dish, papunta kay JC Culyar.
I could tell from his face that he wanted to really try and slam it home, but he was leaning on making the right play. That's a good decision for the young big man.
Ricky Perumingan. Nahanap si Tumalip. Pumukol ng tres. Wala. Nakakuha ni John Wilson. Sabi na, easy lang. Nueva Ecija, abante pa rin ang 6 na puntos. Manaytay. Binigay muna kay John Wilson. Sa poste sila pupunta kay Jammer Ramito. Backing down his defender. Met by Abrigo. JC Marcelino. Well contested 3 off the window it goes. And Nueva Ecija has established their biggest lead at 9.
Wow. The back is open even here in Pola, Oriental Mindoro para dito kay JC Marcelino.
3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances. JC Marcelino weaving his magic for the Rice Vanguards, and he puts a smile on his face as they lead 29-20.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Special deal from OneXBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Nakadikit na ang Davao Occidental dito sa Nueva Ecija kanina. Pero itong Nueva Ecija threatening to pull away. They're ahead 29-20. Approaching the 6-minute mark of the second quarter. Val Chalca returns for the Tigers. Slithers down the lane. And we'll get to the line for 2 shots after getting fouled.
That's a good strong drive, but John Wilson vehemently arguing that goal. He wants Coach Don Dulay to challenge. I don't think Coach Don will oblige on the request of Wilson. 2 shots will still be given here to Val Chalca.
Val Chalca, former Adamson University standout. Had his best season with Bacolod where he averaged 12.4 points.
Maraming pinaiyak nung college yan.
Oh. And he was really a bona fide scorer for Adamson. Also played for Enderan College. Mintis yung pangalawang free throw niya. But they get the ball back. Val Chalca, well-challenged shot. Ball ends up with John Wilson. JC Culyar. Binigay kay Christian Manaytay. Laban kay Keith Aguvida. 2 lefties going at it. But Aguvida comes away with it. Bounce pass to TH Tumalip. Stops, pops. But that shot does not drop. Nasupalpal pero may foul. Ooh.
I think Culyar got all ball there. Obviously, our referees have a better vantage point near the shot. But from our purview, it looked like it was all leather.
Robbie Celis, Toto Villarias return for the Rice Vanguards. Sam Peralta at the line. Did not see action in their game against Parañaque. Ito si Sam Peralta. Pasok yung kanya unang free throw. So Davao just stemming the tide a bit. Mintis yung pangalawang free throw. 7-point lead for Nueva Ecija. Culyar rejecting the ball screen. Spins inside. Robbie Celis. That will be a backward violation.
A nice chase down there by Tricky Peromingan to make it hard para kay Robbie Celis.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X-Play on-the-go speaker. Take your music anywhere.
Kitang-kita mo na sa mukha talaga niya na gusto niya isalpak eh.
Val Chalca safely getting it to Keith Aguvida. The cut by Val. The pass. Tumalip the free.
Nice find underneath there by Chalca. That offense was getting sloppier for the Tigers, but they were able to salvage it with that nice pass and shot galing kay TH Tumalip.
Chalca naman ang pupukol. That one bounces high. No good. Rebound by Robbie Celis. Give and go with JC Culyar. The lob inside to Jammer Hamito.
Nobody covering Jammer Hamito there. Everybody was more concerned with everybody on top, but nobody rotating over to Jammer Hamito in that semi-transition for Nueva Ecija.
Chalca gets to the lane.
That's travel.
Took an extra step. 6-point lead for the Rice Vanguards. Our play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Nice lob inside to Jammer Hamito, unbothered underneath.
4 minutes and 11 seconds to go here in quarter number 2. JC Marcelino comes in for the Rice Vanguards. JC against Val. JV also in. So the starters have come back for Nueva Ecija. Face-up jumper by Robbie Celis. Automatic.
He's so good mid-post, Robbie Celis. He can hit you with that jumper, but he can also go in and attack the basket. Also a great facilitator in that mid-post ito si Robbie Celis.
Nothing really happening in this horn set by Davao. But Agovida tried to attack but drag his pivot foot.
And he was able to slam on the brakes. But because of that pressure he put on his feet, nasama yung kanyang pivot foot doon. Hindi niya napigilan.
3.5 to go here in the second period. Marcelino, JC to JV for free. Short. Agovida. Great pass. Comia. Oh, contorts himself in midair and scores.
Put that on the highlight reel, please. I mean, the pass was incredible, but an even more amazing finish by Jeff Comia.
Valchalka wrestling the ball away from the much bigger Jammer Hamito, and we have a jump ball situation. Ball will stay with the Rice Vanguards. Check out this assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your Well, of those coming in the second half, almost a triple-double, 9 rebounds and 8 assists.
He just continues to age like fine wine, Ken.
Today has 6 and 4. Di pa tayo tapos sa first half. And his average is 16.8 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 3.8 assists coming in. Here he is, top of the key. Oh, libre si Byron Villarias and makes the defense pay. Knocks down his third three for his 9th point.
He doesn't need that much space. Sabi mo nga, open na yun para kay Byron Villarias, but there was actually somebody in front of him. But didn't even bother to even just put a hand up and make it hard for him.
Tumalip, nasundutan. Nailabas, papunta kay Val Chauca. Malakas yung tres. Outlet. Oh, what a great look. JV. Lost his balance a bit. Gets it to JC. Hamito at the elbow against Alano. They go at the post. This time to Rob Celis against Keith Agovida. JC pops in that pull-up jumper.
Sometimes it's harder for lefties to pull up on the left side on that left-hand dribble. But JC Marcelino is very much comfortable with that kind of shot.
First double-digit spread for Nueva Ecija as they get another stop. JV, full head of steam, gets it to JC, his twin. This time a miss from free. Numbers here for Davao Occidental. The lob,
oh my goodness.
Eye in the sky play.
I love how they were so patient with it. Val Chauca did not force the issue. tiningnan niya talaga muna kung saan pupunta si Jeff Comia. And here he is again. Oh, sayang naman.
But equally impressive anticipation by JC Marcelino. He had that all the way through, Javi.
This could have been Jeff Comia quarter para sa Davao. If not for this, parang naputol yung momentum ni Jeff dahil dyan. That's great defense by the former MVP. Not a lot of players will be willing to take the charge. And that's why JC Marcelino is one of the best here in the league.
Byron Villarias. High-low play, thwarted by TH Tumalip. Tatakbo muli ang Davao Occidental. Stop and pop free by Terzo. No good. Jeff Comia got warding off. And for Comia, that's his third foul.
He's gonna have to be sub out here.
Yung masakit eh. Pasub out na actually siya eh. Papalitan na siya dito ng kanyang teammate na si Salubre. Under a minute to go here in the second quarter. John Wilson jacks up a three. Bounces out. Ilalabas muna ni Big Bang Toto yung bola. Villarias gets it from Celis. Inside they go. Rob. That was Billy Ray Robles in the vicinity. Able to score.
They were a lot more concerned with Robbie Celis on the left side. They forgot about Billy Robles near that basket.
Big possession for Davao Occidental. Foul against John Wilson. Trying to wrestle with Keith Agovida down low. Not yet in penalty are the Rice Vanguards.
See, everybody was waiting for the pass, anticipating it to go to Robbie Celis sa kaliwa.
About a 8-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Shot clock reads 8. Tumalip. Agovida. Stop and pop jumper. No. JV peeks at the clock. Oh, the cut. Robbie Celis. Almost. And Davao Occidental practically dodged a bullet to end the second quarter. And what was a close beginning of the second period turned out to be a huge run for Nueva Ecija down the stretch. And they will head into the halftime. They lead by 11 points, 40-29.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si MP! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Lagi mong sinisiguradong patas. Lagi mong inuuna kung anong dapat. Hindi mo kayang malunok ang katotohanang marami pa rin tayong kababayang gutom at walang tahanan. Kaya hindi ka tumigil sa paglaban. Harapin ang kahirapan. Tulungan ang nangangailangan. Basagin ang korupsyon na kanilang nakasanayan. Sa loob at labas, man ng Pinas, bakas na bakas ang iyong tapang puksain ang mga problema ng bansa. Gamit ang lakas, gamit ang isip, gamit ang puso. Kung para sa mamamayang Pilipino, si MP, wala yang sinisino. Manny Pacquiao.
And of course, yung congressman namin, si Congressman Claudio Bautista of Lone District
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100% pagbabago, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100% paglilingkod, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100% Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si MD! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Score natin at the half, 29 for the Davao Occidental Tigers and 40 for the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. And Nueva Ecija, this was their double-digit spread that they established late in the second quarter. Itong Davao, no, they kept in step until the early end of the second quarter. Pero itong ang Rice Vanguards, no, just putting on a huge run to cap off the first half, Javi.
Yeah, in the second quarter, they outscored Davao 21-11. If you look at the numbers here, very efficient showing from the Rice Vanguards compared to what Davao has shown us here in the first half, 33% compared to 42%. But what's more impressive here, Ken, and what we've seen from Nueva Ecija this entire season, the assists. Already 15 assists para sa Nueva Ecija in that first half. And also, yung turnovers na finorce dito ng Rice Vanguards, yan rin ang nagtulog sa kanila para makaangat dito against Davao coming into the half.
9 points apiece for Byron Villarias and JC Marcelino. Byron Villarias already has 3 3-pointers. Sa panig naman ng Davao Occidental Tigers, TH Tumalip with 6. 4 points apiece for Joseph Terso, Jeff Comia, and Keith Agovida. Something to note, Jeff Comia already with 3 fouls. So that's something to watch out for the Tigers. For the Rice Vanguards naman, again, the calling card has been their assist. 15 assists already, halfway through their average as we check out, of course, our Head of Operations, Emer Oreta, Commissioner Kenneth Durendes, and Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz. We're here at the Pola Gymnasium sa bayan ng Pola here in Oriental, Mindoro. Our first time this season. Mindoro Tamaraws will seek to snap their 4-game losing skid at home. They will take on the Parañaque Patriots. Sa pagsisimula, nakaagaw agad itong Davao Occidental. They have a different unit to start things off. PH Tumalip scores.
They have a 2-point guard setup of Terso and Raymart Escobedo. In fact, you can even say that ito si TH Tumalip, also a guard. So 3 guards in this starting unit for the Tigers to begin things here in the third quarter. Coach Arvin Bonleon is looking for more stability and more organization sa kanyang opensa.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme magpalamig, free installation for split-type air conditioners. Making this a single-digit lead na kailangan habulin dito ng Davao Occidental. Entry pass papunta kay Wawi Escosio. Gets it back. Can't get it to fall. It will stay on their side though. So Wawi Escosio, Keith Agovida, Joseph Terso, TH Tumalip, and Raymart Escobedo. The 5 on the floor for Coach Arvin Bonleon. Escobedo against JV, gets past him, but losing control of the basketball leads to a fast break opportunity that will be capitalized by JC Marcelino.
That was the story of the second quarter. A lot of those turnovers led to shots like that. Easy baskets on the break for Nueva Ecija.
Nasa poste si TH against JC. Doesn't get the bounce. Ball ends up with JV. The Marcelino twins, Christian Manaytay, Kenneth Mocon, and Robbie Celis, the 5 on the floor for Coach Don Dulay. Robbie, no. Asking for a foul, none given.
Wow, referees allowing a lot more physicality here at the start of the third quarter.
Escobedo. Binigay muna kay Joseph Terso. Whips a pass to Keith Agovida against Manaytay. One-hander is good.
He is their de facto scorer when things are starting to go nowhere, lalo na pag wala si Balchao pa sa sahig. You go to Keith Agovida, he can manufacture points.
2 minutes gone by in the third. Celis. Swing pass, JV Marcelino, top of the key three, off the mark. Nakuha ni Christian Manaytay. The cut by JV gets fouled by Keith Agovida.
If you're looking at it at plain sight, siguro iisipin mo si Keith Agovida, kayang-kaya niya supulpalin ito si JV Marcelina. Pero the athleticism of these twins, just amazing that they're able to go up and challenge long guys, taller guys like Keith Agovida.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Missed free throw from JV. Nueva Ecija's gunning for their 6th straight victory. One of 2 remaining undefeated teams in the North Division, along with San Juan, who won their game yesterday against Bataan. Tumalip. Nasundutan ni JV. Ball will stay on their side.
I bet they're trying to duplicate what they were able to achieve when they won the championship, that sweep of the regular season. Obviously, this is a different squad, different roster, different coaching staff. But if you use history, then that is certainly the recipe for a championship para sa Rice Vanguards. And I'm sure that's on the back of the mind of their players and Coach Don Dulay. But they want to do it their own way.
Sayang yung opensiba doon ng Davao Occidental. Great cut by Raymond Escobedo, but losing the basketball in the process. Down low they go. Manaytay, quick move to the rack.
He has really fit in seamlessly into this system of Coach Don Dulay. Dahil ang dami niyang pwedeng gawin and he just really plays his role to the hilt.
Now tasked to guard Keith Agovida. No easy feat, but he will be whistled with a foul. Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Chamaramito comes in, replacing Christian Manaytay. Agovida. Binigay kay Joseph Terzo, laban kay JC Marcelino. 5 seconds on their shot clock. The lob inside. Keith Agovida. Easy pickings underneath.
Played nicely right there by the Tigers. Excellent execution in the half court.
Hamito, nilabas muna kay Mocon. That pass was a bit off. Sabi ni Robbie, bounce pass dapat. The rest of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Davao Occidental trying to inch closer again. Keith Agovida. Binigay muna kay TH Tumalip. Working against Mocon. Agovida spacing the floor. Now drives. Now fakes. Now goes up for the shot. No good. But there was Raymond Escobedo picking things up and scoring for Davao.
Oh, yun lang.
That was off a made basket.
And after a made basket, usually teams are better going down the floor and setting up their defense. They don't usually get beat, but that's just poor effort on the part of Davao.
Agovida. Walang available na pasa para Escocio, so decides to put up a 3. No cigar. Steal by Escobedo. Kanina pa nawawala sa kanya yung bola.
Mukhang madulas nga yung bola ngayon eh.
Tumalip, open for free. Can't get it to fall. Rebound, JC Marcelino, off to the races. Hamito floats it up, no good. Ball will go to Davao Occidental.
Coach Don Dulay is irked on that sideline. Not really the way Jammer Hamito should execute on that pass play. Kaya pinapalitan muna siya dito. Should have went up strong. There was only TH Tumalip in front of him. You're the bigger guy. Go for the higher percentage shot instead of that weak push shot that he went for.
So agad siyang nilabas dito Pero babalik din agad. Mukhang napagsabihan nga lang muna, no? So a small unit for Nueva Ecija. Robles and John Wilson come in for the Rice Vanguard. Samantala, Jeff Comia and Val Chauca nasa loob na rin naman, as well as Harold Arboleda para dito sa Davao Occidental. Billy Ray Robles going to John Wilson. The lob inside. Robles. Pesky defense by Arboleda. Wilson trying to break down the defense of Agovida, but to no avail. Turnover against Nueva Ecija.
Oh, it's a turnover. Wilson has yet to score in this match, by the way.
Has played limited minutes so far for Nueva Ecija this season. Playing a much smaller role. Joseph Terzo. Down low they go. Jeff Comia backing down John Wilson. Not a good idea. Turns it over. Billy Ray Robles. Pasa papunta kay Jammer Hamito. Doesn't get the roll. Bagsak si Comia, bagsak si Amito, si JC naman. With the picture of composure, making that shot to give them another 11-point lead.
I don't fear, never fear, JC is here.
Under 4 minutes left in the third. Agovida puts up a three. Way off. Robles ends up with it.
Oh, the struggle to put up shots into the basket by the Tigers really hurting them.
Amito backing down Agovida, lost control of the basketball. Another turnover against Nueva Ecija.
Nice defense by Keith Agovida. Smart move right there to pull the chair from underneath Jammer Hamito, using his momentum against him.
So Davao Occidental still trying to climb back. This is still a manageable lead, only down by 11. Val Chauca being pressured by Kenneth Mocon. Chauca gets it to Noel Bonleon.
That's a forced shot.
Yeah. Pilit na pilit. Nowhere to go on that trip.
Against two defenders. Chauca was already relocating to the right side near the wing, almost at the corner on the right part of the floor. Could have made an easy pass, and that could have been an open look para kay Chauca.
Jeff Comia wants this matchup against John Wilson. Puts the ball on the floor. Gets it up. No good. JC Culyar tatakbo dito para sa Nueva Ecija. Skip pass. Wilson. Extra feed. Byron Villarreal. Short. Robles. The spin. The fadeaway jumper. Too strong. Val Chauca binigay kay Arboleda. Terzo. Jump shot. 3. No. Culyar and Chauca trying to fight for the rebound. Foul will be called against Val Chauca.
They're getting the looks, but the shots haven't been falling. If they allow themselves to get these kinds of quality shots, it will start to go in para sa kanila.
JC Culyar. Villarreal pops out. Wilson off that screen. Oh, nobody boxing out Billy Ray Robles.
Bonleon was just standing there and waiting for the ball to fall right into his hands, not knowing that Robles was there right beside the basket.
Arboleda hands it off to Val Chauca. Behind the three-point line, no cigar. Culyar putting on some speed. Gets it to Jammer Hamito, and Nueva Ecija with their biggest lead. 52-37.
JC Culyar, very capable point guard here in this league, and a long-time player of Coach Don Dulay. Already played for him in Makati, running that break well and giving it to Hamito.
Davao calls for time. They're down by 15.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, 15 si Manny. sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. We're still here at the Pola Gymnasium in Pola Oriental, Mindoro. Jeff Comia and the rest of the Davao Occidental Tigers are falling down into a much bigger hole. Behind by 15 with 2 minutes and 11 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Muli po Ken Pangilinan with Javi Palanya, and at courtside we have Miss Sydney Crespo. The second game of our Saturday triple header. JC Culyar gets called for a personal. Sideline inbound para dito sa Davao Occidental.
Chauca's gonna be relentless in really trying to make himself available for that basketball.
Chauca sees daylight and gets it in from downtown.
If earlier I mentioned that Villarias of Nueva Ecija did not see a shot that he doesn't like, pareho rin para kay Val Chauca.
Oh, bigyan mo lang ng onting siwang yan. Oh, what a feed! What a cut! But Robles could not convert. Jeff Comia shuffling his feet. Falls down on the floor hard. And much to the chagrin, walang pito galing sa ating referees.
He was going up and he got hit. May slight push from behind eh. And you know naman, when you're airborne, konting tulak mo lang talagang out of balance ka ng mabilis.
Davao Occidental will be warned for improper bench decorum. Ricky Peromingan. Chauca off that screen. Slides to the right. Takes that free. Running start for JC Culyar. Naipasa kay Robles. Good stand on defense by Jeff Comia. Tatakbo dito ang Davao Occidental. Comia susugod. Lays it up and in. Plus a foul. What a sequence for Davao Occidental.
Diyos por santo, wow! Impressive! You see here, Chauca recognizing the effort given by Jeff Comia on the previous defensive possession. He went up and challenged Billy Ray Robles in the air without fouling. That was a clean defensive play. And Chauca, knowing that this happened, seeing Comia run back, giving him the basketball and allowing him the chance to get this basket.
Jeff Comia trying to make this a single-digit lead. He does, has 7 points. All of his field goals have been highlights today. 52-43.
Yeah, that man is a walking highlight reel.
Villarias, release pass. The one-hander will not work for Jesper Ayaay, but he was pushed on his way up. So Ayaay will troop to the line. Earlier, he was 1 out of 2. This free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. First free throw is good for Jesper Ayaay, former LPU Pirate. Jesper, mintis din yung pangalawa. Another split from that area. Just a 10-point lead for Nueva Ecija, 53-43. Comia puts up a free. Short. They get the ball back. Comia aatake, nilabas kay Ricky Peromingan. Way off. Comia grabs the rebound, gets it up and in.
An impressive display of effort, energy, and incredible jumping ability by Jeff Comia.
Persistence paying off. Chamoramito. That rolls in.
Talagang nilinis niya muna yung ring before that ball fell right into the basket.
10 seconds remaining in the quarter. Chauca. Ayaay switching on him. 4 seconds. Chauca puts it up. And third quarter comes to an end. And Davao Occidental showing signs of life. But still, they're down by double digits. 10-point lead. The highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration.
Christian Manaytay, I've already mentioned it, has really fit seamlessly into this Nueva Ecija system. Tita Gavida, meanwhile, trying to keep itong Davao alive. And he's joined hands with Jeff Comia in this third quarter. Kaya lang talagang persistent ang Nueva Ecija in terms of pushing the basketball. Dito talaga nahuhuli ang Davao Occidental Tigers.
We head into the fourth quarter. Nueva Ecija with the advantage, 55-45.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Hati mo, si Manny!
Our Gixer fan of the game, born for greatness.
Oh, one of the team managers of the Davao Occidental Tigers, Itzy Santiago, at the venue here at Pola.
And also a quick shout out to Denise of one of their team managers, Miss Ali De Mesa, who's watching. Cheering on for the Davao Occidental Tigers. Napalita ko, each and every year sa MPBL, meron siyang favorite player. Yung favorite player niya last season, lumipat na ibang team. Ngayon may bago na.
Sino na ngayon?
O yun, bahala ka ng manghula.
Ayoko na rin hulaan eh.
Meanwhile,
Mahirap na.
we have a brief lull here to begin the fourth. But Davao with the basketball, so an opportunity to trim the gap even further here. We have Gif Agovida, Sam Peralta, Tricky Peromingan, Val Chauca, and Jeff Comia. Quarter scoring po natin. Kita nyo, dikit yung first quarter. Lumayo yung Nueva Ecija in the second frame. Outscoring Davao Occidental by 10. And then the third, Davao +1.
It was really that second quarter that helped Nueva Ecija pull away from Davao in this game. And in that third quarter, Davao was getting some baskets. Kaya lang nakakasabay pa rin ang Nueva Ecija. Kaya hindi makadikit ang Davao Occidental Tigers even up to this point. So this fourth quarter, these first few minutes of this period, very crucial para sa kanila.
Peralta misses on the first free throw. Davao only 6 out of 11 shooting from the line. 0 out of 2. But they get it back. Balchauca. Kanina pa sila nagbabantayan ni JC Culyar. Agovida also working against Rob Celis. 3 seconds on their shot clock. Peromingan, fadeaway jumper, high arcing shot. That is good.
Definitely a bailout there for the Tigers. That offense was going to waste.
A bit too handsy there was Val Chauca.
Talagang bangayan ng bangayan itong dalawang guardian to. They've been going at it, exchanging a lot of physicality sa laro na to. It looks like it's Culyar who's been getting under the skin of Val at this point.
Si Costello, pinaltan muna si JC Culyar. Manaytay carves out space, lays it up and in.
Could have made a pass to Jesper Ayay for an easier shot, but hey, I'll take it. Christian Manaytay, another impressive look.
Val Chauca. Celis switching on him. Agovida tried to post up Ryan Costello. They will review this one. Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
After that fake, that little chicken wing to get himself open, carving out that space. Nice move from Christian Manaytay.
Ito yung pwestuhan sa ilalim ni Keith Agovida sa ni Ryan Costello.
There was a switch that happened after this two-man game between him and Valchauca. He got hit on the mouth, it seems. Dahil may paggalaw rin ng kanyang mga galamay, ito si Keith Agovida as he was trying to get possession. But looks like it's just a regular foul.
Pero against Ryan Costello.
Yes, so...
Holding foul on number 4, Ryan Costello is second.
Kasi mukhang incidental contact lang naman yung nangyari.
Oh, baka swim move yun eh. To get into position at the post. Comia comes out of that pick by Agovida. Now it's Valchauca against Costello. 6 seconds on their shot clock. Chauca from way downtown. Can't get it to fall. Rebound, Ryan Costello.
But that's a play that they've been running a lot. That misdirection leading to an elevator screen on one side. At that time, they weren't able to give it to Tumalip, who was the one who came out of that elevator. Oh, Christian Manaytay.
Ganda nung pihit doon ni Christian Manaytay.
Napakaswabe gumalaw nitong batang to.
That's what you call feet work.
Indeed, yes.
Nueva Ecija up by a dozen. Valchauca off the bounce, fade away. Shots have not been falling for Davao Occidental. Only shooting 30%. Tumalip is open. That's a much needed basket para dito sa Davao.
Eh kung ano yung naging malas na Paranaque nung kanilang game in their opener, yan rin ang nararanasan nila ngayon. But they still have some time to help regain that touch.
Manaytay against Agovida. Posting him up. Not stop in his tracks. Villarias under the wrist against Valchauca. Oh, gets the step. But could not get the finish. Comia losing it. Tumalip giving chase against Costello. No foul call. And ball will end up with Davao Occidental.
They're really allowing a lot of physicality in this game. Talking about our referees.
Arboleda will bring the ball down. Is TH Tumalip. Jeff Comia. Terzo, quick catch and shoot. Short. The outside shots haven't been kind para dito sa Davao Occidental.
Almost all of their shots haven't been very kind to them tonight.
Only 6 out of 31. Just below 20%. Manaytay spins away from Agovida. Rebound, TH Tumalip. Under 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. TH against Jesper. Comia posting up Byron Villarias. Comia slides down, no. Terzo getting up over the much smaller Ryan Costello.
We've seen some incredible shots tonight, Ken. That definitely is one of them.
Yup, just practically willed that one through. Nakakaiselis yung bola. The cut, Jesper. Goes to the line for 2 shots.
Ilang beses na sila nadadali nito. They've been caught ball watching multiple times. But check this out. Chef Comia, could have been another incredible play galing sa kanya, but even better effort shown there by Terzo to keep it alive. He was asking for a foul, but nonetheless 2 points. They really need a basket here. On this ensuing possession, Jesper Ayay saw that everybody was watching the basketball and he took that opportunity to cut and meet the rock right in the middle, getting the pass. And that's why he was fouled dahil late na nalaman ng depensa na nakalibre siya.
Jesper Ayay, usually known as a decent free throw shooter, only 2 out of 5 tonight. 2 points, 5 rebounds, another split. 60-52. Davao Occidental just hanging in there. Biggest lead was at 15 points. Terzo Nothing really happening so far sa opensa. They lob it up inside Keith Agovida. Pivots down the lane. Ball ends up with Nueva Ecija. Tatakbo dito si JC Marcelino. Full head of steam. No resistance on the side of the Tigers.
Pero Mingan, I'm not sure what he was thinking there, but he thought that he could really try and keep in step running with JC Marcelino. Should have just tried to get in front of him first before allowing Marcelino to go into the lane and get a full steam ahead.
See here, for JC. Yeah.
Pero kung titingnan mo nga dyan, kahit naman siguro ako, mahihirapan rin naman dun sa ginawa ni Tricky. Obviously, what I was saying was the smart thing to do, but looked impossible on that play.
Easier said than done. Of course, at ito si Keith Agovida with 9 points. Also 5 rebounds. Mintis yung pangalawang free throw. 9-point lead for the Rice Vanguards. Robles. Manaytay, binigay kay JC Marcelino. Tumalip in hot pursuit of the basketball. Tumalip, pleading his case with our game official, Karina Martin.
Nakahawak siya dun sa legs eh.
Ito, tignan natin.
And he was able to get the tap there. And then another hand on it. Ayun, nakahawak na siya sa binte. Sa paa, yung kaliwang paa.
Yeah.
He was holding him down. Definitely a foul. I'm sure, syempre, ayaw niya aminin yun. And that's why he was trying to argue his case. But definitely a foul. I don't think they're gonna win this challenge.
Yep, we have a coach's challenge requested here by Davao Occidental with 5 minutes and 23 seconds left. First request from Coach Arvin Bonleon. We'll pause for a break. We'll be back for the result of the challenge. The second time around.
Yeah, kanina nabigyan na sila ng warning eh. That was, I think, around the third quarter when there was no foul call on one of the shots of Jeff Comia.
Mintis yung free throw ni JC Marcelino. This remains a 9-point ball game. JC. Manaytay offering that screen. Putting it on the bounce. JC Marcelino. As good as it gets.
Pag pinabuelo mo si JC Marcelino, mahirap na talaga pigilan yan. He could say goodbye already.
17 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists for JC. Escocio has been quiet in this game and turns the ball over.
I love that aggression from Maui Escocio, but he has to be better. If that drive wasn't available, he has to make sure na yung susunod ng counter well calculated din.
JC, the spin! Gets fouled. The oohs and ahs from the crowd.
It's crazy because coming off, leaving the initial defender, medyo bumalik siya sa mabagal na pace. You see here, he gets past the guy on top. I think it was Terzo. And then a little hesitation going into that spin. That spin was quick.
Meanwhile, let's check in with Miss Sydney Crespo.
Ken, Javi, pag-usapan natin si JC Marcelino, the vlogger, not the MVP. Alam nyo ba na sinimulan niya itong pag-vlog sa kanyang Facebook last November lang, pero nagugulat daw siya sa dami ng nanonood ngayon. Biro niya, hindi na nga daw siya kilala sa labas bilang player kung hindi vlogger na. Nagsimula yan nung off-season ni JC sa US last year, nagpapawi siya sa Las Vegas at naisip niyang mag-vlog kasi hindi naman daw siya kilala doon. From there, nag-viral na ang mga vlogs ni JC tulad nung nanood siya ng NBA game. Siya rin daw mismo ang nag-edit ito sa kanyang cellphone kaya natutuwa raw si JC sa bago niyang hobby. Napapansin rin daw niya na marami na palang nakaka-appreciate ng mga kaliga o mga katolit sa kanilang magkapatid ngayon. Ken, upwards, Javi?
Yung gusto ko eh. May pasimple pa si Sid eh. But of course, no, Avi, you can certainly relate to that. No? You know, si JC having an avenue to showcase not only his talents, but also his fun side sa kanyang vlog, no?
Yeah, tama yan. And you know, actually pareho rin kami. It was also when I was in Korea where I decided na talagang baka pwede ko na talaga simulan to. And tama eh, kasi masasanay ka dahil nga dami hindi nakakilala sa'yo. Kasi kapag dito, parang minsan, especially if you're not really naturally extroverted, mahihiya ka talaga. Pero doon, kahit anong trip mo, di ka naman masyado i-judge kasi wala naman may kilala sa'yo eh. I'm happy to see that, you know, a lot of the players are also getting into it. It's really a nice way to increase your creativity. It's also a fun thing once you get to learn talaga how to do it. And I'm sure it's gonna be fun if Davao can get closer in this game. That's certainly a big basket para sa kanila.
Sidestep 3 galing kay TH Tumalip. Brings the lead down to 8. Arboleda and Manaytay exchanging sweet nothings pero acknowledging also. Oh, poor foul by Harold. Penalty na ang Nueva Ecija.
Hindi niya siguro napansin doon. But you know, if you're Harold Arboleda, you're a veteran. You've got to be better than this. You have to be wary of the game situation. And not just trying to win an individual battle with the guy you're guarding.
First free throw is a miss. Jamaramito has struggled in this game. That's why Christian Manaytay getting the minutes here in the fourth quarter. Villarias will check in for Christian Manaytay. So Nueva Ecija going small. Celis at the 5, Robles at the 4 spot.
This is a lineup that Coach Don likes to have, especially when he wants to really close out games already.
Agovida. Shut down by Rob Celis. And he gets the steal. Tatakbo dito Nueva Ecija. JC! Robles, put back, no! But foul will be called against the Tigers.
Even if they're running, and JC Marcelino seems to be the primary finisher right now on the break, nakakatuwa pa rin na makita guys like Billy Ray Robles really trailing the play and trying to anticipate a missed shot. Even though that's JC Marcelino trying to finish, may mga konting mga oras pa rin yan na magmimintis siya. Some rare occasions, and Robles is always there.
free throws for Billy Ray Robles. Makes it a double-digit spread for Nueva Ecija. No, hindi naman lumalayo yung Rice Vanguards dito as we check out Billy Ray Robles, 10 points, 5 rebounds. Pero hindi rin makalapit itong Davao. Ever since na-establish na ng Nueva Ecija yung kanilang double-digit advantage.
At dahil nga, kung makakuha sila ng stop, hindi rin naman sila makascore dito, just like this one. Because the defense of the Rice Vanguards have really been up in the skin of the Tigers the entire game.
Wala silang mga sustained runs here.
Yes.
Just to really ignite something for the Tigers. But still a lot of time left. 2 minutes and 33 seconds remaining here in the fourth. Tumalip against Billy Ray Robles. Too strong on that three. Ball tap out of bounds. Coach Don immediately going at our table officials. Contemplating whether to challenge this last out of bounds play, and he will. 2 minutes and 22 seconds left. Unang challenge request ni Coach Don Dulay. Lamang sila dito ng 10 puntos, 68-58. And we'll await the result of the challenge when we return. Agad tumingin sa coaching staff eh. They knew that it was off Keith Agovida. So, unlucky break for the Tigers. Still trailing here by 10. Marcelino, JC against Val Chauca. 9 seconds on their shot clock. Agovida switching on JC. Sidestep free by Marcelino. Last 2 minutes of the ball game as Byron Villarreal scores inside.
Long shot leads to a long rebound. Villarreal coming from the outside, getting that offensive rebound and putting right back in the glass. Oh, and once again, Ken, turnovers becoming the thing that Davao Occidental has been suffocating on in this game.
That could be the nail in the coffin. A steal and a basket. JC. And this was Byron Villarreal getting his 11th point, third guy in double figures para dito sa Nueva Ecija. And then they turned defense into offense. The swipe by JC. And nobody from Davao recovering on that trip. As now they lead by 14 points, 72-58.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100% paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Balik tayo dito sa aksyon, dito sa laban ng Davao Occidental at Nueva Ecija. The Tigers, this is a big mountain to climb for them. Trailing by 14, quick three by Arboleda. Off to the left. And that's one of the big storylines in this ball game. 3-point shooting has been paltry to say the least para dito sa Davao Occidental.
7 out of 34 from beyond the arc, less than 21% from that area of the floor. And not to mention their overall field goal shooting, only 32% in this game.
Page Tumalim able to leak out. Gets his 16th point. Nueva Ecija will milk some time here. Rob Celis. Ilabas muna kay JC. Just the synergy of this Nueva Ecija squad despite numerous acquisitions in the offseason. And here it is, open free. Villarreal sets his feet. And then the effort by JV to get that offensive board. What a start for the Rice Vanguards in the 7th season of our league. They lost to Pampanga last season. Bowed out of the North Division semifinals. But here, they're looking like one of the early favorites for that championship, Harry.
Pero imagine mo naman, wala pa nga dito si Will Macaloni. And they're already looking very scary.
Perch at the top of the North Division. And they will move up to 6 wins without a loss, while Davao will drop their first assignment after that come-from-behind victory against the Parañaque Patriots. And they couldn't do the job here against a pretty determined Rice Vanguard squad who looks to make another deep playoff run. Our assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Nice play to end this game para dito sa Nueva Ecija. Teamwork, it was a total team effort para sa kanila. A lot of guys chipping in the numbers. Billy Ray Robles, Robbie Celis, Byron Villarias, but of course the former MVP came out on top as the best player of this game.
And our best player of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. JC Marcelino, all-around brilliance, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists for the former MVP of the league. Played for Zamboanga, now donning the Nueva Ecija jersey. And he looks to bring a championship once more para dito sa Nueva Ecija. And really thriving under the system of Coach Don Dulay. Our final score, 74 for Nueva Ecija, 60 for the Davao Occidental Tigers, a 14-point win. Let's go to Sid.
Kasama ko nga si JC Marcelino, ang ating best player of the game para sa Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. JC, congratulations. Ramdam ko yung pagod mo in this game, no? Pero perfect record pa rin kayo, 6-0. Pinabilis ninyo lalo yung laro ng second half, 21 fast break points in this game. Malaki ang tinulong mo dyan.
Yun. Ano lang, sinabi lang naman ni Coach sa amin na kailangan namin, ano yun yung depensa namin, mas iano namin para yung transition offense namin magawa namin. Ayun, pinalad naman na yung half-court defense namin pumulido, kaya nakuha namin yung transition offense namin.
Sinubukan din bumalik ng Davao, no? Especially in the third quarter, yung efforts nila, grabe. Si Jeff Comia din. Paano nyo sila tinigilan nung fourth quarter?
Ayun, nag-usap kami na i-maintain lang namin kasi nga mapapagod din yan kasi yung panahon nga dito sobrang init, kaya yun, hindi namin sinukuan yung depensa namin as a team, hindi lang naman as a team, kaya yun, na maintain namin yung lamang namin hanggang matapos yung laro.
Very well said, JC, no? Pwede ka nang bumati at magpasalamat.
Ayun, binabati ko syempre una si Lord. Kung hindi dahil sa kanya, wala akong talent na ganito, na yung mindset ko. Tsaka syempre, pinapasalamatan ko yung mga Cuevas family, yung owner namin sa Nueva Ecija. Tsaka binabati ko yung family ko, yung mga mahal ko sa buhay, yung magiging ako. See you in Manila. Tsaka, yun, yung mga katolits ko yun sa vlog ko yun. Maraming salamat sa suporta sa inyo. Tsaka yun, Power Hoops, binabati ko. Salamat sa sponsor namin sa uniform. Tsaka yun, yung mga coaches, salamat dahil yun sa tiwala nilang binibigay sa akin. Tsaka kung sino pa man yung hindi ko nabate, yun, binabati ko kayo lahat. Wala, pagod na kaya hindi ko na alam mo si. Maraming salamat. Tsaka yung maraming salamat sa Mindoro sa pag-welcome dito. Tsaka kay Mayor Ina, yun, maraming salamat.
Alright, thank you so much and congratulations, Katol. It's JC Marcelino, our best player of the game, brought to us by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Sid. Hingal na hingal pero sulit na sulit para kay JC Marcelino. And it's time for our main game. Paranaque Patriots will try to spoil the homecoming of the Mindoro Tamaraws, looking to snap that 4-game losing streak. So keep it here on the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.